All right, everyone. I think we are just about ready for the wonderful, charismatic, and also much faster talker than I, Rh0min. So take it away, Rh0min. Introduce yourself. Tell the lovely people who you are and what this is.
Greatest of all of the marathons, you handsome and lovely people out there in the world. And welcome to day 2 of Fast Pace for Headspace. While I am not the host, I am and will be the runner of the upcoming run of Sonic Mania. New Game Plus as the best boy Tails. Now, I kind of forgot if I set something up already. And as such, I will need to check something really quick. Don't mind me being a cute little orange fox. This is not the run itself, do not worry. I need to check if I turned off the super music really quick, because, well, it is good, and I just hope for the best. Whatever. If it's on, it's on. If it isn't, it isn't. Now, we are going to play Sonic Mania, New Game Plus. What does New Game Plus mean? We are going to play on a save file, which is already completed. As you can see, we already have all the 7 Chaos Emeralds, which allows us to ignore any detours, not having to worry about anything, just go fast. The other awesome thing is we get to take our red uncle with us, Knuckles. He will allow us to do some cool things every now and then later on. The game's in German, do not worry about that too much. And
So this is Tails and Knuckles?
This is, in fact, Tails and Knuckles right now.
Ooh.
So the run will start in a few seconds. I need to worry about something else in a hot second, as I have stuff happening right now, but don't worry about it. I am going to start this run in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do this. Now, starting off as with many Sonic games, we are in the Green Hill Zone Act 1. It is a very iconic stage with great music, a nice soundtrack, nice visuals, and as always, you know, some rings, being fast, being Tails, being awesome. So for those of you who do not know, Sonic Mania, a 2D platformer going along this Sonic scheme of being fast and hunting down Dr. Ivo Robotnik or Eggman, depending on who you ask. For me, it's usually Eggman, because I like eggs, especially for breakfast. Nonetheless, we have already achieved the super state and are now using Tails' best ability, namely his flight, to skip some bottom sections which we do not care about. So jump, fly, and we're already at the first boss of the first stage. Hello boss, time for some quick hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6, because Knuckles got an extra hit for us. Yes, I have learned to count early in my life. And I still am good at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6.
I was about to say, like, wait, you're not counting right, because Knuckles definitely got a hit, and then you were like 4 and 6. I'm like, ah, yes, so we did learn how to count.
Yeah, I was a smart boy in school. At least that's what the teachers told me.
Welcome to Sonic Mania, where the counting doesn't matter.
Exactly. Jump, fly. I'm very sad about Green Hill Act 2, because while it is an awesome and cool stage, we sadly do not hear its amazing song, because we picked up the speed shoes, which allow us to go even faster. But the issue is that while we're fast and listening to this music, we won't hear the great song of the stage itself. So we have a little bit of music here, and then we will reach the boss in a few seconds before the music actually kicks into its good part. Ah, sad. Tears have been shed. But alas, Eggman must be kicked with our body into his metallic body, but we do not worry about being hit or anything. As I mentioned earlier, we already have all 7 of the Chaos Emeralds. What that means is that once we achieve 50 rings, we can turn into the Super State, in this case, Super Tails. It makes us invulnerable to damage, we are even faster, and we are impervious to damage, and we have a cute little sparkle effect. Issue is, it drains our rings. Like, we need 50 to activate it, and once it's active, every second we lose a ring. So it's important to keep the ring count in mind in certain stages. We are now in the Chemical Plant Act 1. What the chemicals are being used for, I don't know, maybe cosmetics, I guess? Energy production, I have yet to find out. But alas, the first stage in this game usually is always a bit closer to the original, like Sonic Mania is basically nostalgia of the game. What that means is the first stage is very similar to the OG ones, whereas the second stage introduces some new concepts. Green Hill 1 and 2 were similar, but Green Hill 2 implemented the zipline thingies, and Chemical Plant 2, as you will see, has this goo stuff in which Eggman is surrounding himself in right now in the bottom of the screen. But alas, we are impervious to damage, We are the best, boy. We will still hit him in the schnoggin. Let's go through Act 1, moving into Act number 2. As you can see, the early game of this is quite fast-paced. Now, Chemical Plant 2. Cool stage, nice music, as has this entire game, apart from a few exceptions, but to each their own. We have this goo mechanics. So the blue goo, the light blue goo, bounces you slightly, the green goo bounces you up quite high, purple goo just grabs you and holds you inside of it. Dark blue goo, ow, as you can see, hurts us. We jump in here, we hold the up button. There are some tube sections here which have some path swappers. For the beginning section, it's always the best to take double up. Which in this case is not the ability of a certain other champion in a certain other game, but we are moving along fast. Stop for a half second, because I would like to keep my rings. The super state is not necessary for this stage, but it is really nice to have. Because as I mentioned earlier, it allows us to go even faster. And don't care about spikes and other damages. The issue is tails can still get crushed. So we are fast, we are immortal, not immortal, we are invincible. But the issue is that we need to hold the jump button right here because we get a big bounce. Look at this. Yeah, like the big bounce. But yeah, we can still get crushed and we can still drown. So that is something we need to look out for in the later stages. We go down, we jump. Yeah, perfect timing. Now, the second boss of this stage, the boss of the second stage of Chemical Plant is a bit different than what we're used to in Sonic games, because while it is against Eggman, it is not a usual boss fight. It is Puyo Puyo, or Eggman's Mean Bean Machine. Since it's a game where I can't do much apart from playing Puyo, Amber, you lovely, lovely person, do you have something to tell these amazing people in chat?
I most certainly do. I have a $10 donation from Cowboy Knuckles, and they say, good luck, Roro, you're an awesome friend and blessing to the community, but I hope to see no Knuckles abuse in this run, keeping an eye on you. Much love to Amber, too. Thank you very much for that donation. And that went towards Sonic 3 Knuckles Doomsday Zone, along with, what poll did this go to? It went to, choosing the Piranha chip manufacturer for Wipeout Omega Collection. And that is currently, just to give you a status check on the poll for Wipeout Omega Collection, that $200 donation from before we went live today went to the Oricom ship. So that's a $205, a commanding lead over Piranha, which has 2301. But the other three options, Curex, AG Systems, and Phisar, are not currently in the running with no money. Oh hey, would you look at that?
Oh man, we beat the
timing.
Eggman. Yeah. This is actually a pretty good pace, I must say. So we've finished off the act number 2, and we're moving on to the first original stage of this game. While there are many nostalgia moments, we're now heading into Studiopolis Act 1. Unlike many Sonic games, we have to go left in the beginning to use the spring to go up here, because as many of you might know, for those of you who do not, Sonic games have various routes, usually a top route, a middle route, and a bottom route, the top usually being the fastest. In some stages we have to switch in between or use a different one, but usually we would like to stay on the topmost path. So here we roll into the enemies, grab the speed shoes, grab the rings, we go down, and go into the van of love named Hornet. We get turned into electronic onion rings. I love me some onion rings. And then proceed onto our path, making use of the speed shoes. We need to keep them where we would like to keep them, long enough to skip certain sections like here, wait a little bit, hold right, go up here, and jump! Yeah! And we are now moving on to the boss of this stage. This boss, again, RNG based, I can't do much apart from holding right. There will be 3 rockets being shot off the bazooka that he has. Starting off with a 1. As you can see, there is a blue rocket among the 3. The blue one is the one we need to reflect towards the boss. The position of the rocket can either be 1, 2, or 3. We would like to see as many ones as possible, since that's the fastest way there is. Otherwise, there is literally nothing I can do apart from hold right against the boss. So since we have a little bit of time, first of all, chat, remember to stay hydrated. Have a drink with you, remember to drink enough to keep your voice and health in good shape. And apart from that, as we observe this beautiful scenery in the background and running along a path on which I can do nothing, Amber, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm hoping for a 1 here in this cycle, because that 3 was kind of yucky. We got a 2.
1, 3, 2.
But I'm doing quite well, and I hope you're all enjoying this run so far. We've got more to come as well. Like, this game is longer than your typical classic Sonic game, considering our estimates an hour.
Yeah, Sonic Mania is a relatively long Sonic game, but I have, in all honesty, to say that Sonic Mania, in my personal opinion, is my all-time favorite 2D Sonic game. Some of you might fight me for Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but here I can use the awesome card of I've actually never played that game. But I've seen some amazing people run the game, or rather, the remake of it, called Sonic 3 Angel Island Revisited. But alas, we're not here to talk about Sonic 3, we're here to finish this stage. Break right at the end, because if you hit the signpost too fast, it will be flung up into the air, spin around fast, and do some other shenanigans, which costs us unnecessary time. Now we spin dash into Studiopolis Act 2. Pretty cool stage, amazing music. I like the movie set setting, interesting choice of words. I intentionally get hit here just to move through the enemy because he can be a bit of a nuisance. Like, he likes to stay in the way, block us, just be all in all rude. Knuckles apparently plays some gambling down there. We go to the top path, into the secret room, grab the big ring, transform immediately, and I'm very happy to announce, because I just now paid attention, the super music is turned off. An amazing
we get to enjoy
the
amazing soundtrack.
Yeah, like, Sonic Mania in general, great music. Like, my favorites are coming up later on in the run, but all in all, this game's soundtrack is just a blessing to listen to. And while the super theme is cool, yes, the issue is that it's very repetitive eventually, because you will hear it a lot. Because there are only, like, not even a handful of stages where I do not super transform. So we would hear that a lot of times, for a very long moment, and that is something that I do not wish to put upon all of you. Because this game says it. This game is just a way too cool soundtrack to ignore it. That being said, we are now at Eggman yet again at his weather station, but if things go well and fast enough, we'll just fly into him continuously, ignore his hitbox, because ours is stronger than his. The weather chicken says hi, it already leaves. Now we go up and take the capsule for the finish of Act number 2. Coming up next is a stage some of you might be familiar with. It is the Flying Battery. No, not the ones you put into your Game Boy Advance, but an actual flying ship. Never knew what it's called battery, by the way. I've never learned much about aircraft. But alas, this is not a science show. This is a show where we play as a twin-tailed fox being followed by a red echidna who's trying to beat a scientist that is shaped like an egg. Are you confused? Good, because I am not. I'm lying. I'm very confused about many things, but this is not one of them, because this game's just way too cool. Or as Sonic would say, way too fast. Yes, that is how Sonic laughs. At the top path, jump on here, we wait a little bit, get bounced up. We have enough rings to grab the lightning shield and transform immediately. The lightning shield has a cool unique ability in this game. It makes us magnetized. So it not only draws rings towards us, but the ceiling, which is electrified here, also drags us towards it, allowing us for some really nice pathing and movement and other shenanigans. Yep, I do not wish to get squished. Whenever there is a 8 in the seconds, the electricity gets turned on and we will be sucked towards the ceiling. We just passed 2 crushes where, if my timing would have been off, yeah, I call them crushes for a reason. Knuckles, please do not block the rockets. These rockets need to penetrate the ground so that we can move through it. We go, we jump a one-tap flight, so we land here and we waited for another set of rockets. Break the floor, in we go, we roll towards the victory. Spin, 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 spin. And this is a really nice cool thing. Like, look at the blueprints in the background. That's the boss of the next stage. It looks really cool and interesting, doesn't it? Like the spider shape, or we're like in this trash compactor area, because this is the unique part of the second stage. Trash! Yep, we'll be surrounded by lots of trash. Which, in theory, seems like a good thing, because if you think about it, it appears Eggman is recycling. So, points to Eggman. Yeah. No, not everyone's bad. Flying Battery Zone Act 2. This is where the first, most interesting looking skip will happen of this run, and the reason why I love being Best Boy Tails. That happens in a few seconds. Until then, we need to go down through the trash into a secret path. As I mentioned, sometimes it's more like going to the bottom path, because here is a big ring, which immediately gives us 50 rings. The big rings normally would transport you to a special stage where, if you chase the UFO and grab it in time and yada yada yada, you grab an emerald. But since we already have all the Chaos Emeralds, we get 50 rings instead. It's a nice way of letting the player instantly go to super state. Now comes the important part. We kill the weather chicken, we position ourselves properly, spin dash, we jump, we fly, and we just fly under most of the stage. This is very, very important and tricky because I need to fly properly, because otherwise I would be dropped to my death. Not good, that's not nice. But alas, part 1 of the skip has been done properly. Part 2, even trickier, and this has a risk of soft locking. So we position ourselves roughly around here, Tails drops, we hold right, and I flew a little bit too far.
Oh no!
This is a tricky setup, but the death is better than actually soft-locking the game, because we start in the middle of the stage. We can still do the boss skip, but we lose a little bit of time, because now that we are regular Tails, we can no longer do the fly under. But it's fine. As is important for every speedrunner out there, remember to learn your backup strats. It is something that can make a massive difference regardless of the situation and moment. The cool thing is, we get to see the rest of the stage, which I just skipped. Ascend me to the right position, please. That's a good thing about Tails. If you miss your momentum or the places where you would like to be, just fly back up there. GG easy. Can we get the Spider Steve skip? No. Spider Steve and his cousin, Spider... Steven? I don't know, I'm bad with names. Grab this checkpoint and go. Okay.
I was about to say, I don't know what rhymes with Steve, but you could always say Spider Steve and Spooter Steve. Spooter.
He's Spooter Steve. We take an intentional damage abuse so that we get down here, we go here. And same thing again, but this time as regular Tails. Fly, 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 fly. Don't block me wind, please. Right here. We get tired, we hold the right button. Land down here, go to the left, and we skip the boss a different way. GG easy.
I've actually never seen that setup before for Tails.
As regular or super?
Either. I'm used to I'm used to seeing people skip it the same way they would as Supersonic.
Yeah, it's... The thing is, with regular Tails, the setup is 100% consistent. With Super, not so much, because his momentum behaves really weird, considering that you have the wind pushing against you as well in certain moments. Like, it does, then it doesn't, and blah. So it's like... I figured out a setup that works most of the times, but as you can see, not all the times.
Right.
That's why it's important to grab the checkpoints and know your backups.
I could not agree more with, like, knowing what your backup runs are, especially, or backup strats are, especially when you're doing marathon and showcases. Knowing your backups is extremely important, or even just, like, grinding for consistency. Because, yeah, you might not be using the fastest strats in the world, but you want to make sure that no one is faster at those strats than you.
Exactly. Practice makes perfect, after all. And
exactly.
A thing which worried me when I was new as well is the fact that I always try to push for PBs, like, everyone has to PB, I need to be faster than before. No, you don't have to always PB. Sometimes just training for consistency is good enough. You might also dish out some new gold splits every now and then. The important thing is consistency and enjoying yourselves. Which I hope you are all doing at the moment as well. Remember to stay hydrated, my friends. Drink enough water! You will hear me say that quite a lot. Hydration is very important to me. As is this stage, because we are now moving towards the boss. The boss is a very nice boss because it is so kind to wave at us. So everyone in chat, use your hi or waving emotes, because say hello to the boss. Hello! Hi.
Cooper
he's so nice. We'll jump. And as a thank you, we shall jump into him quite a lot. We want to give him a hug, but given that he has, like, electricity and a hurtful body, we just hug him a little bit too tight and then stuff happens. We're now moving into Press Garden number 2. Press Garden 1 was the, I'd say, propaganda farm of Eggman, where... I almost got the cutscene skip. Where Eggman prints newspapers, I guess? Whoever reads the Eggman papers? I don't know. Eggman News! Blue Hedgehog on the loose again! Well, this time we are not the Hedgehog, we are the Fox. For the ice blocks are the unique thing in this thing, because Press Garden is a OG stage anyway, but in this stage it is ice themed. It is very, very, very pretty in my personal opinion. With the setting, the music, the colors, a visually very appealing stage. And we get frozen in various stages and moments. It's an interesting switch from a propaganda factory to a frozen, snowy, Asian-esque landscape, I guess? I don't know.
Yeah, it's like quite the aesthetic change, which is kind of odd, honestly. The music is quite good, but it's just like, how did we go from a printing press to this?
Questions that will never be answered. We jump out of the ice, we transform to Super Tails, and we move upwards towards the next boss and the next of the so-called heavies, called the Heavy Shinobi. Ninja Battle! Commence! Oops. No. Heavy Shinobi, being a ninja and awesome, he has the ability to freeze us with his ice sword and bombs, but alas, he stands no chance against the twin-tailed fox. As is known, ninjas are weak to twin-tailed foxes. The Echidna, while being supportive, has no proper use at the moment, but we have a very good reason to bring Knuckles along. But it is now time for the Sonic CD era, as we move now towards Stardust Speedway Zone Act 1, which has a very chill theme, which allows me to switch into a more smooth way of talking as well. One might say, why don't you just do it all the time? I simply do not wish to do so. Listen to this. It's just calm, collected, and awesome. We spin dash, we jump down here, skip a little bit of spinnies. Grab some rings, we go up, jump, fly tap only once. We use these cannons to launch us towards the right direction, but we also hit this light bulb enemy just out of pure spite. Get into the cannon, get launched yet again. We jump once we land down here. Do we have enough rings? Yes, we have. So we jump up yet again. Transform midair just for swag points. Roll along. Hit the brakes a little bit so we don't bonk ourselves. Go down here. Once we pass the pillar, we jump yet again. Bounce off the insect enemy. I like the Star Speedway. Both 1 and 2 look very nice when done properly. It is very smooth and fast looking. Lightbulb enemy, I agree to thee. Have you considered an insurance company? You did not. Oh well, then you must be demolished by this twin-tailed fox. I like Tails, he's the best boy. Nonetheless, as is true to the Sonic CD style, we are currently quote-unquote in the past, and in between the stages we would switch to the future with the OG animations of the game. Obviously a bit modernized to look a bit smoother and more in touch. But there will be a drastic style change. Get ready for some funky music. Stardust Speedway Act 2. This stage looks very fast at certain moments. Trust me on this. So jump
this act
here.
is very, very smooth and is over before you know it.
Yep, like this stage happens so fast, but it's so much fun to pull off. But this stage yet again has a very, very tricky boss skip. Grab the big ring, we transform, we go fast. No, wrong direction, my dear spinny platform. We wish to go this way. I'm not even using my hands right now. The extra life we have achieved is, in fact, for me. Look at this! It's Metal Sonic! Oh no, it was just an illusion. We are safe from Metal Sonic. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? It's not like he's actually here to fight us. Oh god, it's Metal Sonic! And he has an attitude. We'll see how much attitude you'll have once I skip a part of your boss fight. Yes, in this section we are currently racing Metal Sonic, which is the first part of this boss fight. There is a second part called the Silver Sonic phase. No, it's not the "it's no use" silver, it's a different one. So we are in the right position. Stand on a very specific pixel, we spin tab once and go into the wall and go upwards. Skipping the entire second phase and going straight to the third phase to finish off the boss fight. The developers of this game have been really smart about avoiding tricks and certain exploits, but being the awesome speedrun community that the Sonic speedrun community is, we found some other ways to cheat the system. So we clipped into the wall and just went straight upwards, because inside the wall you can do nothing but jump, which allows you to go upwards, and in certain areas like this one, it allows you to skip boss sections. G to the G to the EZ. We're done with Act number 2, and we're now moving towards my personal favorite stages, Hydro City Act 1 and 2. Great music, great design, full skips and tricks to show off, especially as best boy Tails, so stay tuned for this. But since we are in the Hydro stage, let me remind you yet again, my friends, stay hydrated. Have enough water with you, or tea, coffee, whatever your choice of drink is. Personally, I go for water, and I will have a sip myself in a few seconds. But until then, we will go through here. The difficult part about this stage is the fact that the route we take is a mix between the top path, the middle path, and the bottom path. It is fast, it is cool, the issue is that we do not grab a single checkpoint. Later on there is a skip where I will intentionally try to drown as part of a skip, but that is also the tricky part, because if I mess it up, I will lose a life or realsies in this game, and I will have to do the entire stage anew. So it is a cool skip, it saves us a lot of time, it skips yet again a boss fight, but it also is very, very tricky in regards of pulling it off correctly. So what we need to do now is position ourselves with this pillar, at least that's the setup that I use, and wait for the timer to go down to exactly 0. I'll need a half second to focus really quick. And we pulled it off. Now,
we're a zombie!
It's a zombie tails, or ghost tails, whatever you prefer. What this means is the game is really confused if we are alive or dead now. That means we don't have collision with most things anymore. So we don't care about spikes, we don't care about objects, we don't care about enemies. It's just use your godlike powers that we have achieved of undead in whatever the English word for like not being passable for whatever stuff is. And we just fly upwards, whereas Knuckles bangs his head against the ceiling out of confusion. He can't handle what's going on with Best Boy. We spin dash, we jump up above the screen, and now we fly all the way to the boss. Knuckles, however, thinks that he wants to be awesome too and defies the laws of gravity and glides upwards. Now, we are at the boss, we sadly can't see it. There would now be a cutscene where we see Eggman in very, very attractive scuba gear as he places some bombs to explode this beautiful temple. But we are off screen, we can't see it. Instead of doing the boss fight, we just go here, we fly, we smack our head against the wall, just to prove a point that we're better than him, land in the water, keep going right, and finish off the stage without having to fight the boss. So that was Act 1 of Hydro City. Knuckles does his infamous big jump because water gives reduced gravity. And now we go on to the next stage, Hydro City Act 2. Again, cool song, cool strats, interesting looking skips. But for now, we just glide along the way as we fly as Best Boy Tails. And we need to keep the ring count in mind. There is a very specific amount of rings I would like to have at a certain point. 50 to be precise, because Super Tails. But alas, will we keep it? Will we fail it? Whoa, do not hit me, you dear enemy down there! It would have been quite rude of you to take my rings away from me, for which I have worked so hard, like literally doing nothing but walking into them. I love the music to the stage just way too much. And the ring count is looking fine. We're at 43, which means we get 7 here. Immediately transform! Now it's time for some awesome level skipping. Now this stage is made like a infinity sign, so like a tipped over 8, I guess. Since we are the Best Boy and can fly, we don't care about that. We just go from one path to the other path and skip most of it. The game wants us to take the infinity path, like from the top left, moving through the cross section to the bottom right, to the top right, to the bottom left, yada yada yada. I don't care. I'm Best Boy. I can fly. So we do that again.
What the heck's
right
a path
here.
swapper?
Yeah, path swappers are just options in this game. And we often misuse them. Now it's important to let go of the right button here, because we would get pushed into a different path, which is slower since we're already at the boss, which I like to call the Toilets of Doom. Now, as I mentioned earlier before, we are Super Tails, we do not take damage. What that allows us to do is, the game wants us to use these bombs to hit Eggman, but since we are invincible, we can just hit him with ourselves. These air bubbles are very important. If I would not have picked up the bubble shield earlier on, I would be able to drown in this boss fight. I picked up the bubble shield earlier, so it's no issue right now, but it's a situation which has cost me quite a lot of runs. Again, a boss very annoying casually, has Super Tails, we just keep flying into him. And we land right here. The positioning here is important actually. Not in the sense of game breaking, but it saves a few seconds. The cutscene ends when Tails leaves the screen. If we stand at the bottom part of the ramp, the wave that breaks the wall pushes us up and then down onto the wave again, and that allows us to move out of the screen faster. Oh no. The next level, as we are right now, is Mirage Saloon 1. The auto-scroller of this game, because no Sonic game is complete without an auto-scroller. The important thing in this stage is the fact that I need to keep 50 rings by the end of the plane section. Why, you will see later on, but until then, as I mentioned, this is an auto-scroller. There is not much I can do apart from enjoying the plane ride. I need to, again, stay clear of enemies and projectiles, but apart from that, grab 50 rings, chill, enjoy the flight. And Amber, do you have something special to tell me?
I most certainly do. We have a few donations to read. First and foremost, we have Matoy with $10 saying Rh0min's voice making this run even more entertaining. Hope y'all like Knuckles, smiley face. And that went towards the Sonic 3 and Knuckles Doomsday Zone incentive, along with furthering the lead of Oricom in the Wipeout Omega Collection ship manufacturer bid war. Lacus with $20 that says, "Woo! Go Rh0min, you get that bad eggular-shaped man." Which also went towards Sonic 3 and Knuckles Doomsday Zone and the Piranha ship manufacturer for Wipeout. HUD601, our restreamer right now, donated $20 saying, "Big shout out and love to all our runners, commentators, and amazing staff, especially to Amber who has done so much to put this incredible marathon together. Love to Rh0min, as well as our other Sonic runners, Matoy, Risuru, Final Flame, and TSD. Proud to be here looking after your runs, Blue Heart." And that went towards Wipeout and Omega Collection Oricom, furthering Oricom's lead to $235, while Piranha is still trailing with $43.01. And then Total Nuclear Annihilation, a one-reactor spatula percent showcase.
What we've done right now... Yeah, we did a thing.
Oh, I can't believe you died.
I hugged the barrel so tight that the game decided to just push me towards the checkpoint, which I just grabbed. What we did there is the train skip. With the 50 rings we achieved, at the end of the train section, we can transform mid-air, which then confuses the game if we are in the foreground or background. The game works on layers, foreground, background, like ogres work on onions. So we transformed mid-air, confused the game where we are, which allowed us to grab the checkpoint and then hug the barrel so tight that we got pushed towards the checkpoint and skipped the entire train section. This boss, again, is a bit of RNG. I have to hope for good patterns where I can hit the worm more oftenly. But apart from that, it's again just wait out, have fun, hit the worm. It's a bit tricky because we never quite know to 100% where and how the worm will arise, and to which direction, but we need to get 6 hits. The patterns have been okay-ish. This should be the last one, yep. And the train section is done. We're moving towards Mirage Saloon Act 2, which is visually one of my favorites because I'm a fan of the old Wild West movies. And it's the main reason why we bring Knuckles along. Knuckles, the red uncle as I call him, will help us with another boss skip. How that works and what happens I will explain once we reach that point. But for now, we move towards the boss and through the stage. These birds have yet to learn to leave us alone, but it is completely fine. Grab the rings, we hit the enemy, do some bouncy strats, and keep moving along. This is something really cool, like, the loop is made out of sand, we pass through it and it breaks. That's visually so cool, and a very nice attention to detail in the game. Upwards. Flip, flip.
May I interject for just a moment?
Surely.
We did have a $9 anonymous donation with no comment, so thank you very much. It went to Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but that did put us at $1469.69 out of 3,000, so nice. Thank you all so much for your very generous donations.
You're all awesome. Literally, everyone here. You're awesome. You're amazing people. Remember to treat yourself nicely.
Yes.
Now comes the interesting part, the so-called ice cream skip. We stand here at the ice cream. Knuckles, come here. Please go down there, Knuckles. We go to the right. And Knuckles finishes the boss stage.
Nice.
What happens here is the capsule to finish the stage is already loaded in. So how this works is we get Knuckles down into the boss fight area where we cannot follow, because if I were to do that, the camera would lock, I could not get to the capsule, yada yada yada, boss fights. So I push Knuckles down there without us and manipulate his movement so that he jumps on the capsule for us, finishing the stage early on with skipping the boss. It's called ice cream strats because we use the ice cream that you saw earlier on for alignment and timing. Plus, who doesn't love ice cream? We're now into Oil Ocean, a stage which personally, I'm not the biggest fan of, but it is still a cool stage. It has its fans. I guess Argik, very, very cool person, much love to Argik. I guess really likes the stage because it's so purple. But alas,
that probably is right.
Yeah. For me, it's, again, okay, not the biggest fan of Oil Ocean, but I would have rather seen Ice Cap Zone, because it's amazing music. But there is no need to complain. Like, Oil Ocean 1, it has cool design elements and very cool choices. It is, again, a reference to an older stage. And we are now fighting Construction Bob. Hello, Bob. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Bob has been defeated without being able to do a single thing. I'm sorry, Bob. You tried your best. We do like you.
He was just trying to do his job. Look what you've done.
I mean, he was working for Eggman, so he's evil by proxy. As you can see now, we have this fog on the screen, quite annoying, and we do a certain positioning here, and then skip the cutscene, so we have the fog glitch. The fog, if it gets even thicker by the second, would drain our rings. Quite annoying, given that I tried to become Super Tails. And just a general threat in general, if you're playing this game in casual mode as well. So the fog will not gain any thickness. In the cutscene we would have grabbed one of these pulley things that you see up there. We avoid that. Because the fog as it is right now is okayish enough for us to see things, so it's not too bad. And it doesn't get any thicker to drain our rings or make our lives any more horrible. And what I will attempt now is another level skip. It is very tricky, it is very tight from the positioning and action. It's quite easy to soft lock the game. So we spin dash, we jump, a little bit too late. I have a few tries for this. Even if I soft lock, I might retry it again. Yeah, not high enough. So what we try to do is we spin dash, we jump, we hit the ramp at a specific angle. Ah, I soft locked. God damn it. So that we land on top of the ceiling. I will try it again just because of how awesome it looks if it works, but alas, it is very, very tight. Again, if you reach the top side there is a split second maybe you have to react to stop Tails' momentum to the right, because you will drop in between the ceilings and alas, you will be soft locked. There is no way out of there, at least none that I've found so far. And it allows us to retry certain things. This is a marathon and I'm not on PB pace, I just want to show off the cool skips. Because this game has lots of cool of them. Roll along, break the platforms. We have achieved an extra life. Yes. Spin dash, jump, roll. And we should have it now. Yeah. So we fly all the way over here. We need to take a little break here. And we start flying again. Otherwise, Tails would run out of steam too early and we wouldn't make it. What this allows us to do is just look at this. The entire This has never happened before. Interesting. I've soft-locked yet again. I will try it one more time. If it doesn't work now, I'll just do the stage casually. Interesting. That has actually never happened. It appears I didn't spam fly enough. But yeah, the way it works is, as you can see, we use the momentum we gain as the Super Tails, and the flight ability to just skip the entirety of the stage. I want to do it again just because I don't like the boss in the stage, and it's nicer to just skip stuff when you can. In the meantime, we've seen this part quite a lot. Amber, well, how are you doing, my dear?
I am doing pretty good. I just want to remind everyone we are about halfway done with meeting the Sonic 3 & Knuckles Doomsday Zone incentive. That's at $49 out of $100. And then we have $20 towards the Total Nuclear Annihilation 1 Reactor Spatula percent, which is $20 out of $150. And those runs are back-to-back. So you want to meet Doomsday Zone, but then you also definitely want to meet Spatula percent for the Total Nuclear Annihilation showcase. That is going to be very important. I want to see McSquid hitting his pinball machine with kitchen implements, please.
We got the skip. Yay.
Yo, sick! I'm looking at the wrong game feed. I'm on the delayed feed. There we go.
He's fine, don't worry. And now it is time for a stage with, in my opinion, one of the, if not the best song in the entire game. So get out your art jams, your dance mode, anything that just signifies vibing and a good mood, as we're moving into Lava Reef Act number 1. really, really cool stage in my opinion. Like, the music, the aesthetics, just all in all, being hit in the bum by spikes. Jump upwards. The important thing about this stage is to just know your route and your movement. There are some tricky moments, but as Tails, we again have a special thing we can do that other characters cannot. Need to grab enough rings, move towards the right, hit the thing, spin dash, and move towards the stage. Towards the stage? I mean through the stage, we're already inside of the stage. Aye aye aye. Hit the platform, we go down, spin, spin, spin. Knuckles, not really deciding to help, but it's okay. He has done his part. We got the ice cream skip. From that point on, Knuckles is no longer necessary, but I keep him along just because he's Knuckles. He's cool. He deserves some love. Plus, he doesn't chuckle. Jump. Move upwards. Because similar to Oil Ocean, there is a skip here as well. But the important thing is that I need to be fast enough to keep my momentum up and my speed up, because the ring count again is very important. Given I skip lots of the stage later on, I will not have enough time to grab too many rings. So it's important to have lots of rings at the boss fight. Excuse me, spikes. That is very rude to block my path like that. And we go in here, a little bit of a detour to grab the bonus rings. They are necessary, trust me. Roll, we jump. Skip lots of the stairs. Even higher. Go, jump down here. Little break here. And jump. Light. And skip all of Lava Reef 1. I mean half, rather, but Land up here. Oh no, we're falling! Oh, hi boss. We skip the entirety of the stage. Or like the entire second half of the stage, and now say hi towards the boss. This boss, we can't hurt him at the moment, he has hyper armor, but, you know, not being the smartest, he destroys the platform beneath him, causing lava to rise and allowing us to hit him, because your hyper armor is now broken. You're defenseless. Another hit, and the final hit. The boss is done, it is defeated, we have finished Lava Reef 1. And for Lava Reef 2, as we have maybe seen in many other Mania runs, we have a little special treat for all of you out there. It is called the Dark Lava Beef. So I do not skip the cutscene yet. Move down. Yep. Ooh, might have been a little bit too late. No, we have it. We have Dark Lava Beef. As you can see now, the
pretty way.
It looks so pretty. Like the way the entire stage is darkened, but the don't squish me. Crystals keep their colors is just super pretty. Plus this very nice smooth soundtrack as well makes the stage just a great experience. Coming up to the next skip we can do with the super transformation. We grab the big ring, but we do not immediately transform. As you see, if we are inside walls, we can be pushed upwards. So we use this platform to push ourselves in the wall and skip the entire section to the left and move immediately into here. I mean, look at this, it's just so pretty. It's a little bit difficult to navigate if you don't know your way around, but having played this stage quite often, I feel confident enough to do it. But alas, the higher the confidence, the deeper you fall. Like here, because we need to go down path. Down path, bottom path. Ignore the fire, because again, we are the super best boy, which means we do not take damage. We roll, we jump, move back upwards, because there is a boss waiting for us. And, you know, Tails is a good boy, he doesn't like to let people wait. So we hurry towards the end of the stage. Lava Reef, again, one of the original stages, this version allowing us to do the Dark Lava Beef, which, I love it, it's so good. But sadly, it has been removed. We are now on I think it's a blimp? Not too sure about this, to be honest. And we must fight the Heavy Rider. The Heavy Rider riding on a Badnik, thus giving him the name Heavy Rider. The Badnik having hypnotized eyes, I guess? Or frenzy eyes. But it does not matter to us. Heavy Rider has been defeated. Jimmy is running towards the safety, or driving, I guess? I don't know. But alas, we're now moving in to Metallic Madness Act 1, the stage which does raise the question, is this anime? Because if you listen closer to the background, it does sound like they ask, is this anime?
Is this anime?
You hear that? Is this anime? Oh god, don't hit me. This stage is the stage where you will hear lots of panic noises from me, because everything in here is out to get you. There are so many hazards, so many evil things trying to hurt our innocent little best boy Tails here. And as always, I try to achieve 50 rings at a certain point of this level, so that I do not need to worry about this anymore. So with 45, there are 3 here, and 2 more in a few seconds. Transform! We're now Super Tails, and I no longer need to worry about this section and this stage. I still need to worry about getting crushed, because, again, we are invincible towards damage, not against drowning and being crushed. Like this section here. No crushing for us, please. Crushed eyes, maybe, but not getting crushed. Now we go down. The unique thing in this stage is the forward background thingy-majingy. Now we are at the boss that some of you might know from Sonic 1, like the first adventure game. They made an interesting change to this boss level because, as you can see, there are 5 pillars now, and the different changes, there will always be space in between the 5 pillars. Always. So, a little bit more lenient towards the player. The boss itself, relatively easy, just wait it out. The lightning balls here could hurt me if I wouldn't be Super Tails, but I am Super Tails, which means Knuckles will just have to take the hits for us. I'm sorry, Knuckles. This is the Knuckles abuse fight. Now comes the desperation phase, where we need to count to 4 several times, because the boss will be in every 4th pillar. This is number 2, number 3, and number 4. Let's do this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and number 4. The boss is done, the boss is defeated, and we are moving towards the next stage. We're also getting close to the end of the game, by the way. After this comes Metallic Madness number 2, where the question actually gets answered. The music switches from, is this anime, to, this is anime, this is anime. Don't squish me! Thank you.
I do actually have a little fun tidbit not everyone knows about. The very, very fast lyrics in both Metallic Madness 1 and 2 here in Mania. If you don't mind me sharing.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, T-Lopes actually is the person doing the vocals in the background for both Act 1 and Act 2. It is, if you actually get the lyrics for it, it is a rap battle between Sonic and Eggman. Sonic is represented in Act 1 and Eggman is Act 2. So if you look up the lyrics to these, they're very, very hard to understand, because it's so fast, but that is a little fun fact. Like, T-Lopes did the vocals for both songs, and it's a rap battle, so that's the new canon. It's definitely Sonic and Eggman having an epic rap battle.
That's interesting and good to know. I never bothered to look up the lyrics.
I'll see if I can find them and post them in chat for folks.
Yeah. No! I wish to stay up here, please. Again, Tails proving that he's best boy. We lost top path. Oh no. Well, let's just fly back up here. I don't know. As you can see, this stage utilizes Chibi Tails. We are the most adorable character in this entire game. We're chibi, we're small. Small boy, we love small boy. Look at him. He's so adorable. Especially the crouching animation is just way too cute. Yep. Amy Dolls, this boss is a gacha boss. As you can see, we're spinning the thingy-majingy to get toys out of him. The toys sadly trying to kill us. Alas, we must destroy them. Never quite understood why Tails gets a doll, whereas everyone else gets a cool metal version. But then again, I think Eggman just agrees that Tails is the most adorable character, and is like, yeah, he's more fit to be a doll than a metallic death machine. Now we spin dash and use a little optimization. If we jump and turn left, the back transformation to Big Tails pushes us to the right and not to the left, saving us a few extra seconds. Moving on to the final part of this game, the Titanic Monarch, Eggman's giant robot, and final step to trying to defeat us. Will he succeed? Well, I guess you all know the answer. Definitely not. cowards. We will not accept defeat. We are, after all, the heroes of this story. At least that's what I would like to believe. Go through that. The stage itself, very cool, very, very menacing. It does get a very good final stage vibe, in my opinion. So it has...
This is my favorite zone and my favorite music in the game.
The music, I must say, I'm not the biggest fan of, but the stage itself does fit for a final stage, in my opinion. It's very cool and confusing and intimidating. Especially when you play the stage casually for the first time. Both Act 1 and 2 are very, very challenging. Like, it took me lots of tries before I finished the game first. We have these little plasma balls. Some of you might remember those from their childhood if you're a kid of the 90s like me. Don't hit me, thank you. But here they are actually useful. They are magnetized balls which allow us to take certain paths which would otherwise not be so achievable. Make yet again use of the lightning shield's unique ability, because look at this. The lightning carries us, it ascends us towards our goal. Using the bumpers, getting an extra life. The balls push me towards the right direction. No, I don't get squished, thank you. This is a tails only skip, by the way, so we squeeze into the wall, spin down twice, and then move up here, skipping a big section of the stage. It says around like 20 seconds, if not more. And I see in chat the beautiful catchphrase I often use on the stage, named "Ascend me!" I like the word ascend. That sounds cool.
I
higher.
ascend!
I have the ascension! Wait, what? Now we hit the boss. This is Crimson Eye, not Red Eye. Like distant relative, I assume. We defeated it! Oh wait, we didn't. It has a second phase. Yep. We need 8 hits yet again. The elevator having a unique gravity ability, but we're Tails, we have a high jump, we can fly. Oh look, it's a ring box. And I promised a little surprise, because I don't think we've seen that so often in marathons, so what I'm going to do now is not skip the cutscene. For a very specific reason. So we move with the elevator towards the final stage of the game. Ah, I did it too late. Too bad. Or too early, rather. I want to go for dark... Oh, it's a little bit darker than usual. I messed it up a tiny bit, but I wanted to go for Dark Titanic Monarch. Because that actually is a thing you can do. That's only slightly darker than usual. Titanic Monarch 2 is the final stage of the game. This level is split into into 4 sections actually. Each section needs to be done by Tails. So we can't just be like, I do one and that's the boss. GG, easy. Nope, we have to do all 4 sections, and it's important to use a specific order for me personally. You can do them any order you like. I tend to go to the bottom left part first, because here we have a little something we need to pick up. Each of these 4 mini levels, I'd like to call them, have a secret exit to them. In those secret exits, you will find rings and an elemental shield. As we discussed earlier, the lightning shield is very, very useful in the sense of we get immunity to lightning damage. Something that the final boss utilizes. In theory, if things work out well enough, I will be in the super state throughout the entire fight and don't need to worry. Thus, the lightning shield is the backup we use. It also helps to keep our ring count up, because, again, I would like to keep the super state throughout the entire thing. So if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, gotta improvise. That's where the fun part in speedrunning comes in. Now we move up towards the first section. We're already in the second section. Things are going by fast. So now we need to again find the secret exit and grab the ring box that is hidden in there. Though the important thing now is do not grab the elemental shield. As I said, the lightning shield is our backup, and I would like to keep it just in case. So we go towards the secret exit, grab the ring box, not grab the fire shield. We go to the top left path, we go down here. These sections are very confusing. You should know your way around here after a certain amount of playthroughs, but these yellow pillars are the doom of my existence. It is very easy to be crushed in between them, And as I said, the super state, it makes us fast, it makes us invincible to damage, it makes us glowy and sparky, but we still get crushed. I don't like that to happen. Best boy using invincibility, we take a hot second to not get squished by the spikes there. I do not like squishing. Go down here, skip the bumper, go to the right, go down even further. Get into the safety car, always wear your seatbelts, and jump out. As then we move to the next secret exit, grab the ring box, don't grab the regular shield, which also has a nice sound, as much as we love the bubble shield. And move to our next crusher section. Please don't crush me. Thank you for not crushing me. Very kind of you. I will reward you with some onion rings, but sadly I do not have any to offer, and if I would consume them myself or offer them to Amber.
I'd have some onion rings.
Yeah,
I'm on a diet, I don't care.
I mean, it's veggies, they're healthy, I swear. Ignore the battering and the friedness and oil and that. Anyways, we are moving towards the final boss and the final section of the game. The final boss is, of course, Eggman himself, misusing the powers of the Phantom Ruby. He's in this little protection ball thingy, I guess. And the thing is, he is invincible while having this shield thing up, so we can't hurt him, he can't hurt us, so we just wait for him to land and turn down the shield, because he needs the energy to power up his electric arms. Get it? Electric arms? Lightning shield? Backup strats? Wink wink. Yeah. But the thing is, as Super Tails, I don't care, I can just stand in him and hurt him. But as regular Tails, if I were to run out of rings for whatever reason, I'd still have the lightning shield as backup, so his arms would not hurt me. This action is automatic, I can't do anything about it. And we are coming in on time, by the way. So Eggman will jump down once, then I'm going to hit him. That's not time yet, don't worry. Flip, flip, flip. And the next time he lands will be time after the second or third hit. So, lands, and time.
Everyone
Eggman.
get your GGs out for Rh0min.
Eggman is done! He's defeated and will now be cooked in the flames that are approaching from the left. This was a fun run. I enjoyed this game quite a lot. Let's take a little sip of water, my friends. It is, after all, very important to stay hydrated. Especially if you're engulfed in fire. I think water helps there quite a lot. What's the final time, if I may ask?
I'm looking at a 55:23.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's a good run. Sub 1 hour.
Oh yeah, like it was underestimate and everything, and I think the biggest trip ups were Oil Ocean 2 being restarted and Flying Battery 2 like missing the skip first try.
Yeah, that was like the only hiccups.
Yeah, everything else was super smooth.
Yeah, thank you. But alas, my friends, this was Sonic Mania. Before I say my goodbyes and before I leave, I would again like to do a little bit of shoutouts and talk about the game itself and the community, if that's okay for you.
You got time. Yeah. You've got time.
Perfect. First of all, a few shoutouts to some close friends and people that have supported me throughout the entire way. First of all, Amber, thank you very, very much for having me on this. It is always extreme fun to run at marathons, especially with like amazing people like yourselves and all the other great people who have helped organize this thing.
It is my pleasure to have you here, Rh0min, and have you as the opening act. Your voice, your charisma, I almost say charisma, oh my god, and just like your gameplay, like this is your first speed game, right?
Yes, Sonic Mania is the very first speedrun I've ever picked up.
And you've been growing into it extremely well, like you should be proud of what you've been doing.
I am, really. I love this game, and if any one of you out there would like to learn a Sonic speedrun game, or specifically a 2D Sonic speedrun game, I can only recommend Mania. Regardless of character, regardless of category, it's a very fun run, it's a cool game, and it's really, really satisfying to see your time go down. Like, my very first run of Mania, the very, very first speedrun was 1 hour 27, I think? And my current PB is a 52 something. So it went down by over half an hour. So there's lots of
yeah.
improvement, there are cool people, and talking about Sonic games, the SSC, the Sonic Speedrun community, we have a Discord. If you would like to learn a Sonic game, feel free to join there. There is lots of amazing people who are more than willing to help and assist you in your learning process. Talk about amazing people, lots of love to the following people I just named randomly. I might forget a few, please don't get me wrong. CBK, and one of my Discord as well, yeah, and my stream, does amazing work. She's a great person, an amazing artist. She does most of my artworks for emotes and stuff. And just Limping Goose as well, great mod, great friend, and all the amazing people of the SSC. Hut601, Argik, the person who motivated me to speedrun myself, Teach, Jimmy Diamonds, RPG Hidden Wizard, Lacus, there's just so many amazing people, Hypnotic, Surprise Guy, I could name the entire day just of names, and they're all amazing and lovely people. You are all great, and I love every single one of you. The things I do, the speedrunning, the streaming, none of it would even be a tenth of as enjoyable as it is without all of you. You're great, you're amazing, I could just throw out compliments through the entire day. The music's great, the run has been great. Again, if you would like, join the speedrun community of Sonic. We have amazing games, amazing people. Apart from that, thank you all for having me. If you'd like to see more of my content, since I also do casual streams where I play other games that are not Sonic, but at the moment I do play Sonic, which is weird, whatever, feel free to join me, follow me, join the Discord, join the community, have a great time, stay awesome, stay hydrated. Amber, what are we looking for next?
So coming up next is our Sonic Adventure DX Small Stories plus Big the Cat race between Matoy and Rh0min. We're gonna have an awesome commentary team. I may be hosting for it. We're trying to find that out right now. But if you enjoy more Sonic, we've got plenty more for y'all. But for right now, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna go to our intermission screen. I might come back with a... What?
I just have like one specific name I'd like to shout out again.
Oh, absolutely.
If that's fine. I saw the name in the chat, and she's my IRL best friend. Ruby Holmes, an amazing person. I love her with all of my entire heart. Thank you for being such a light in my life, even through the darkest moments I have had. You are amazing. I love you with all of my heart, and I really look forward to when we meet again. That being said, yet again, Amber, thank you for having me. It has been great fun. It has been great joy. Stay tuned for more awesome runs. Feel free to hit that donation goals that we have, because there are some cool things coming up next, and I do not want to miss them.
Yes, I will be touching on that in just a moment after we go into intermission, but yeah, I second everything that Rh0min has said.
Thank you all, you're amazing. It has been a joy, it has been an honor. Rh0min signing out now. Goodbye, stay hydrated.